somebody.
The cops say you did, and you're still on the inside.
I'm telling you, there's no need for you to get involved.
He killed somebody, all right. He killed a cop. You know, I got a lot of respect for you. But not if you're defending scum like Richie Martin.
They got Maggie.
Then she's dead.
The hell she is? She's not gonna die for you.
I never meant to hurt you.
Then help me!
Southeastern Airways, Flight 152, now arriving at Gate 14.
That's him. I'll call on you. Stay with him. Don't lose him.
Flight 31 to Los Angeles, boarding at Gate 2. Flight 19 to Phoenix, Arizona, departing on schedule at Gate 4.
Mr. Petrocelli should be back any minute now.
It's all right. I don't mind waiting.
Okay.
Guess what, honey? Case dismissed.
Petrocelli, don't turn around. Freeze right where you are. Drop that briefcase. Drop it. You see that box on the desk? Move to it slowly. Go ahead. Take the top off. Take it off.
Cannolis. Richie, Mama's cannolis. How are you? Richie.
Will somebody please tell me what's going on here?
This is him. Look at you.
That I can
Look at
see.
you.
Now, who is him?
This is Richie Martin. Excuse me, Richie. Why don't you say hello to Maggie? This is my wife, Maggie.
Pleased to meet you.
Martin.
Yeah. Well, you told me about me, huh?
Just ask any question. I am a walking encyclopedia on Richie Martin.
Oh, now, come on, will you, Richie? Now, what are you doing in San Remo with a box of Mama's cannolis?
It's a long story.
Would you like something? Coffee?
Root beer.
You're kidding. Doesn't anybody drink anything in Boston but root beer?
Yeah, but not at the Petrocelli's.
Hey, Richie. Well, come on, now, tell me, now, what are you doing out here?
Okay. I work for a company back east.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a business consultant.
Hey, salud.
Salud. Edova.
I know.
Anyway, they own a business out here. They sent me out to do a little consulting.
Can you imagine that? Here's a guy that couldn't add 2 and 2 come up with 4, and suddenly he's a business consultant.
You kept swiping salamis, and now you're a lawyer.
Tony Petrocelli was a salami thief.
Was he? Hey, you remember the time old man Beducci caught you sneaking out of the deli with one in your pocket?
Yeah. But while he's busy whomping me, you got out of there with that cheese, didn't you, huh?
How old were you when you started this crime wave?
9.
No, it was 10, because I remember it was 2 weeks past my birthday.
Anyway, when I heard I was coming out of here, naturally I had to stop by Mama's. And naturally, she had to make some cannolis for me to bring you.
Naturally.
You ought to see your sister, Rosa. 6 months and out to here.
I'd like to see I can rest the Mamma Mia 6 months, my Rosa. Hey, listen, when are we gonna hit the town? Let's show them how a couple of kids from Boston really carry on. Okay.
What about tonight?
No can do. I got a meeting till midnight anyway, and as a matter of fact, I should be leaving right now.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll tell you what. In your honor, we'll close the office tomorrow, and tomorrow happens to be Saturday. Where you staying? We'll pick you up.
I'm on it. The Single Tree Inn.
We will be there.
You got it.
You're on. Que bellezza.
Lisa, huh?
Maggie, really nice meeting you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Richie, I don't know how to say this, but it is great to see you again.
Man, it's great to see you. See you tomorrow.
Okay, Richie. I don't believe it.
Doggone it, this town's getting so crowded with people from Boston, there's hardly room for any of us natives.
Not so bad. Look at the one I got.
Yeah, I know. He looks like the kid that just caught the brass ring.
That's just what I did. Hiya. Would you ring Mr. Martin's room, please? Tell him Tony Petrocelli's here.
Is that Mr. Richard Martin?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he's not here.
Well, you mean he went out?
No, sir. I mean, the police were here and searched his room. I believe Mr. Martin has been arrested.
Arrested? Honey, you better get a cab home, huh? Pete, come on with me. Let's see what this is all about.
What are you doing here?
Richie, what do you mean, what am I doing here? Why didn't you call me? I came here to help you.
I didn't want you to know.
Well, why?
Well, because it's crazy. I mean, it's stupid. It's all a mistake. I thought I'd have it all cleared up before you knew.
Richie, we're not talking about acne. We're talking about murder.
I didn't murder anybody.
Okay, the cops say you did, and you're still on the inside.
You got a point there.
Okay, so I got a point. Now, when you tell me what this is all about?
Look, I'm telling you, there's no need for you to get involved.
Hey, Richie, I got involved when we were 5 years old, and you knocked me in my butt. Hmm?
Yeah, if I remember right, that was the last time.
Okay, will you start already?
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess it all started with this meeting I had. It was over at the Desert Inn, so I took a cab there from the hotel after I left you. There were two guys at this meeting by the names of, Morgan and Davis, I think. Yeah, Morgan and Davis. Anyway, after the meeting, they said that they'd drop me off at my hotel.
What time is that?
I don't know, about 11:30 or so? Something like that. Anyway, we all got in the car together and took off. I was in the front seat. Davis was driving, and Morgan was in the back.
Got a real nice, hot, flashy bar over on Grant Street. You want to come with us?
Oh, no thanks, I'm kind of tired. Come on, Richie, there's some fine-looking ladies over at the Stone House. What you call cowgirls?
Just trying to help out, you know, Richie.
I'm really tired, fellas. Huh? Really?
Didn't seem like it was the way back, but I figured they should know. Then we headed down this other street, and Davis slowed down a little. I saw this guy up ahead step out of a building. All of a sudden, Davis hit the gas. I started to warn him.
Hey, watch out!
When I got belted on the back of the head, I heard shooting. Then I don't know. I heard or felt a crash. The next thing I know, they're pulling me out of the car, yelling I killed somebody.
Yeah, well, what about Davis and Morgan?
I don't know. God,
You don't know? You mean that's it?
dumb, isn't it?
And you didn't think you need a lawyer, huh?
If I was smart, I'd have gone to college.
Richie. There never was anything that we couldn't beat together. Hmm?
Petrocelli,
Hey, John. Don't tell me you're on
I'll
this
tell
case.
you one thing. Get off of this case.
What?
I hear you were up talking to Martin.
Well, a client's got a right to a lawyer, yeah.
He's got a right to 6 feet of ground, and I'm going to see that he gets it.
Since when have you been moonlighting as a gravedigger?
Since I come up against trash like him, do you know who it was he killed?
He didn't kill anyone.
No, that old dog won't hunt this time. He killed somebody, all right. He killed a cop.
What?
That's right, my little Italian lawyer. He killed Joe Thomas. Joe was working underground for us. He'd gotten into the mafia.
What does that got to do with Richie?
Well, Joe told us they were bringing somebody in, so I had 2 men at the airport, and they saw him get here. Now, one of them followed him to your office, and then to a meeting with Charlie Gorman, who's the syndicate head of the whole Southwest.
You know, John, I think you've seen too many movies. He's got nothing to do with the mafia, and he's never killed anyone.
Really? Well, maybe there's one more thing you ought to know. We got a file on Richie that's as long as your arm. He's been a known mafia man for over 10 years. He's got 3 priors. Small ones, but priors.
I want to see that file, and I want to see that report, too.
I want you to see him. But then don't go asking to see your client again. You had your chance. Try again tomorrow. See if maybe you can get the truth out of him. Oh, one more thing. That 6 feet of ground, well, I got the hole dug, and I'm going to start shoveling dirt. And if you're in the way, some of it's going to land on you, too.
John, don't threaten me.
That's not a threat. That's a promise. You know, I got a lot of respect for you. But not if you're defending scum like Richie Martin.
Well, the meeting was held at the Desert Inn. See if you can find anybody who knows who was there, huh? Especially Davis and Morgan. 2 guys Richie said were with him. I mean, maybe you can find if somebody saw them leave.
Tony, that's a motel. A car could have been right outside the door.
Well, somebody might have seen them. I'm sorry, Pete.
You bet.
I'll get right on it.
I see you, Tony. Maggie?
Okay, Pete. Are you sure you don't want something to eat? How about some more coffee?
No, thanks.
Tony, you can't erase what's on there by staring at it or by wanting it not to be there.
Well, I can try.
Honey, it still doesn't mean that he's guilty.
It's gonna be a lot harder to prove that he's innocent.
But you don't have to prove that he's innocent.
No, sometimes, honey, sometimes you do.
I'd help if I could.
I know. But would you do it because you think he's innocent, or because you love me?
I don't care if he's innocent. I mean, I care. But most of all, I know you hurt. And I can't stand that. I love you too much. What I'm saying is that sometimes, no matter how much you want to win, no matter how you hurt or how hard you try, sometimes you lose. And I'm afraid of what that might do to you.
You know, sometimes, just sometimes, I take you for granted. I take us for granted. Maybe I even shut you out a little sometimes. And then you do some little thing, and I see right into your heart. And I know as long as I've got you, I've got everything I need.
I love you.
But you lied to me. Now, why?
Okay, I lied. So what?
Why?
If you knew I was with them, would it have made any difference?
Richie, why did you lie to me?
Because I knew you wouldn't understand.
You're damn right I don't understand.
Okay, I'll make it simple for you. I do work.
Doing what?
Work. I collect. What do you think? Everybody that works for them's a killer?
The cops think you are.
Well, they're wrong.
That's right. Everybody's wrong but you, huh, Richie?
You don't like what I am? Get off my case.
Hey, now, wait a second, Richie. I might just do that. Before I do, I want to know something about you.
What do you want to know? You know my life story.
I want to know how come you're so stupid.
They suckered me. What else?
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, how could you get hung up in the mafia? How many guys that we grew up with that never reached voting age? They suckered them too, Richie. Didn't you have enough of them when we were growing up?
Yeah, I got plenty. I saw who had the money and who had the power.
Richie, there are other ways.
For you, maybe. You had the brains and the talent. I barely got out of high school. What was I supposed to do? Sell shoes? Pump gas? What if I wanted some of the good things, too, huh?
You worked for them, Richie.
Oh, come on. You've been away from the streets too long. There's no middle ground where we come from. Either you make it big or you don't make it at all. No way. The mafia offered me a way out, and, man, I didn't think twice. I jumped. And I got what I wanted. I got it all. And their money's no different from anybody else's. It's the same color, green.
Maybe, Richie. Maybe when you wipe the blood off, it's green, huh? Or maybe you're just colorblind. Richie, you're playing games with your own head. God. Get me out of here.
Tony. I'm in trouble, man. I need you.
Hey, Goomba. The truth, huh?
All the way.
I'm staying.
Yeah, I guess it hurts because it's true. I'm in trouble with the mafia. That's how it all started.
What kind of trouble, Richie?
One of the Dons, a big one. He's got a daughter. We fell in love. It's kind of an Italian version of Maggie. Anyway, he didn't like it. Got big plans for her. Told me to keep away. But I couldn't, man. I love her. So I'm pretty sure he set this whole thing up.
That's why the two guys did the killing and left you in the car, huh?
That's it. Two birds at the same time. Kill a cop and get rid of me.
Richie, they might just succeed. Unless you tell me everything you know.
Tony, I don't know a whole lot.
Okay, let's start with Charlie Gorman.
Oh, thank you.
Hate to see anyone get a ticket.
You know, I spent half my life avoiding them. Hey, well, thanks again.
Mr. Petrocelli.
Oh, yeah, well, do I know you?
No, I don't think so. You're defending Richard Martin.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you intend to plead him?
Well, if it were any of your business, not guilty.
Oh, but it is my business, Mr. Petrocelli. Martin is guilty. Plead him that way.
What?
Don't try to make a reputation on this case. We don't want this to turn into a circus in court.
Hey, I've got a message for you. Here. It's a John Doe subpoena. And you can tell your friend Charlie Gorman I've got one for him, too, with his name on it, huh?
He won't like that.
Tell him to write his congressman.
I'll give him your message.
I'll see you later. You lay down with dogs, you're gonna get up with fleas. You're just getting in deeper all the time, aren't you?
Do you know him?
Yeah, Ed Parker, Charlie Gorman's boy. What'd he want?
Same as you. Wants me off the case. Or at least a guilty plea.
Well, maybe he's smarter than you are. You know, I got enough on Richie to convict him 6 times over.
Oh, come on, John. And there were 2 other guys riding in that car and they disappeared. There must have been somebody that saw what happened. Well, somebody saw it, all right. Me.
What?
That's right. I was at that meeting with Joe Thomas. Matter of fact, I was leaving with him.
Only somebody called me, and Joe went on alone. I was still inside talking when he hit the street. We heard the shots and saw the car pull away. I shot at the car. Didn't hit him. But one thing I know for sure, there was only one man in that car. I figure he lost control going around the corner and crashed. I was the first one there. There was nobody else around. He was all alone in that car.
He was alone when he shot him, and he was alone when I found him. And anything else he tells you is a pack of lies.
But what about the gun? What about the car?
Car was stolen. No way to trace the gun, but I'll tell you one more thing. He had $5,000 on him when we found him, and if that's not a payoff for a hit, I've never seen one.
Wait a second, John. What if he was telling the truth? What if they just set him up for it?
Well, if they did a fantastic job because it's gonna stick. We're gonna nail him.
The hell you are.
Maggie?
Oh, my God. Pete.
Pete!
Pete! Tony!
What's that?
Tony! They got Maggie. Tony, I'm sorry.
That's all right, Pete. It's all right.
Home, lady. Now some rules. We ain't gonna be here that long. So, you be nice and we'll be nice. Now get on up to the house. Come on. Go on. Now, Davis, when you get back to town, you tell Charlie. He doesn't have my money tonight, so I can pay you too, see? That when we finish... Morgan! Hey! Get back here!
That's too bad, lady. That's really too bad.
Tony. Maggie. She's just gone.
I'm sorry. It all just happened so fast.
Yeah, I know. Look, Pete, I just want you to be all right, huh?
Why? Tony, why'd they do it?
I don't know, Pete. I don't know.
There were two of them. 6 foot or so. About 30-year-old.
Pete, take it easy, Pete. You just rest now, huh? We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. You gotta find her, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find her.
Counselor? I just heard. How's Pete?
He's hurting, but he's gonna be all right.
They got Maggie? I'm sorry. I told you to stay out of this. You know why they grabbed her? You haven't heard from them yet?
No.
Well, you will. Listen, I'll put every man I got on this. Try to find her. Can Pete identify him?
It sounds like they were the two guys that you said weren't riding with Richie.
Well, maybe I better talk to Pete. Tony? I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Where are you going?
Just driving.
There's nothing you can do.
Petrocelli.
Where is she?
I delivered your message to Mr. Gorman. Now he has a message for you.
Where is she?
She's all right. So far. You want to hear the rest of the message?
Yeah, go on.
Now understand, we have nothing against you. This is strictly business.
What do you want?
Richie Martin. We're willing to trade your wife for Richie Martin.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
We know you got a lot of friends down at the DA's. You just tell them what we want. They'll listen.
They'll never go for it.
Then you better convince them. And you don't have a great deal of time. Your wife is with some men who have very little restraint. After all, she's a very beautiful woman. Who knows how long they can keep their hands off her? Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. The warehouse at Cochise and Grant. Just you and Martin in your car. No cops, or we kill your wife.
Sleep this late all the time? Wow, I come from by this time, women had breakfast made and the hog slop.
You want me to say I'm scared? I'm scared. Really scared. Why me? What do you want with me?
Nobody tells me why. But I got my own answer to what? I don't like my type. That it? Shoot. I'm a real prize compared to most. I figure your trouble is you ain't never spent any time around a man like me. No, we're gonna spend some time together. You and me. We could get real friendly for too long.
Mr. Petrocelli, I am very sorry, but the district attorney's office just cannot go along with this.
Why?
Why? Because it's pure and simple blackmail, that's why. If we give in just once, where does it stop?
Then what do I do? Just stand around here and wait till my wife gets killed? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna show up there tomorrow night with or without Richie Martin. And you might just be prosecuting me for a massacre.
It may not come to that. Maybe we'll still find her.
Come on, John. You don't believe that any more than I do. There's a million places she could be.
Yes.
The officers are here with Mr. Martin.
Send them in, please.
Hey, you got Miss Brown? What? What's wrong?
Your friends. Your terrific mafia. They kidnapped Maggie.
Tony. I'm sorry, man. I never figured on that. What do they want?
You. They want to swap you for Maggie.
And?
We can't go along with that.
Then she's dead.
The hell she is? She's not gonna die for you. Listen, she's worth 10 of you. Look, you're gonna do something. You're gonna help get her back.
You're right, man. She's worth 100 of me. I never meant to hurt you. You're the best friend I had in my whole life.
Then help me!
How can I help? And if jumping out that window would get her back, I'd do it.
No, that's not gonna do it. Look, you gotta know names, you gotta know places, you gotta know where they might have her. Something! You must know something, Richie!
There's a place. It's just a guess, man. A few years ago, I was out here to see a guy. He was hot. And they had him stashed in a place out in the desert.
Where is it?
I don't think I could tell you where, man, but I might be able to find it.
No way. We're not gonna let you out of custody.
No, wait a minute. Okay, you won't go for the swap. But look, this is my only chance.
You know, I think I could get Martin out there without losing him. Since we haven't even gone into preliminary yet, he's still technically in police custody. Isn't that about right, Counselor?
Yeah, that's right.
Then we better start making plans.
We better do it before tomorrow night.
I figure just after sunup tomorrow.
Yeah, all I need is enough light to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
Better get him out of here.
This is it. You can see it from the edge of that rise.
Any way to get around it without being seen?
Yeah, if you stay in that gully, it swings around back.
Look, they probably know about the switch. So why don't Richie and I drive up there, tell them we're making the switch, huh?
I don't think they'll buy that.
Well, at least we can keep them busy, then you can come up from behind.
If they're there. Okay, give us 10 minutes. I'm gonna leave Waston back the camper just in case. Let's go.
Tony, I'm sorry. Man, I never wanted to hurt you. I never really wanted you on my case.
I've been thinking about that, Rich. That and a lot of things.
What things?
Little things, just a lot of little things. I guess I overlooked them because you were so special to me.
Yeah, I guess that could happen.
Like the money? Like why Clifford only saw one guy in the car?
Tony,
why they wanted you out of jail so bad?
I swear to you, I wasn't alone in that car.
Okay, I think that's true, Rich. I think you were with those two guys, yeah.
You know why they want me, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, most of what you told them was true, except for a few differences. They paid you to make the hit, didn't they, Richie?
But I didn't know it when I came out here. I thought it was just a meeting. Then they said what they wanted, but I didn't know he was a cop. They said if I did it, I'd be accepted back east. That I could marry Gloria. I swear to God, Tony, that's the only reason. I never hit anybody before. You have to believe me, man.
Yeah, I believe you, Rich. At least that part. You were with Davis and Morgan, weren't you? But you knew where you were going, all right. Maybe you didn't know who he was, but you knew he was the target. And they were along to make sure the job got done. So when you pulled into that street, they slowed down until they saw him come out, then they went after him. Only it was you who did the shooting, wasn't it? Then Morgan hit you. You went out of sight and he braced for the crash, which is why Clifford only saw one man.
Then they deliberately crashed the car. Sure, they got away before Clifford got there. Yeah, they really set you up. They got rid of you and Joe Thomas at the same time. The whole thing was a setup from start to finish. Not just one cop. They set you up too, Richie. You see, Richie, you never had a chance. They just wanted you dead. They never thought it was going to end up in a court fight. When they heard I was going to plead you not guilty, they decided not to take any chances. Maybe they thought I'd get them involved. And now you know why they want you. But Richie, why didn't you tell me, Richie? No matter what, Richie, I would have helped you.
Couldn't, man. Don't you think I know what I am? I saw you in the office the other day. It's like being kids again. It's the only thing I had left. I figured if I get nailed, I get nailed. At least you'd remember what we used to be.
Richie, I would have tried. I would have tried, Richie.
Mort.
Morgan, I'm Petrocelli. I'm here to make the switch.
That's supposed to be tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe something's changed.
That's Richie, ain't it?
Yeah.
Morgan, can you hear me?
Go on, get out there.
Yeah. Now get your hands up. Come on. Keep apart. Walk up slow.
Let's move.
Straight through that door.
Against the wall with your hands. Come on.
They're clean.
Thank you.
I'm all right.
Why, shoot. We took real good care of her, didn't we, honey? Now, you just tell me what's going on.
What do you think's going on? We're making the switch.
That's supposed to be tonight.
They changed it. They told me to come out here with him.
No way.
How else do I know where you are?
Your little buddy there, he'd know.
What are you talking about? I've never been west of Chicago before. Well, let's cut out all this yak and make the switch.
No way. Not till I call in. Just pure hate to let go of you so soon, baby.
Tony.
You all right? We did good, huh? Like the old days?
Yeah, just like the old days.
11F1. 11F1, up 459 alarm.
1227, 277. 1T7, 1T7. A traffic accident. 1500 East 41st.
There's 355 M. 279 M chair. 11F1. 11F1, up 459.
Tony, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know, baby.
All that time, I just kept thinking that I'd never see you again.